Welcome back, Wolfpack Verlis here. Let's start off Fan Friars with a battle that had a lot of likes in the comments section. I mean, this one looks pretty solid. That a Whimsicott Gengar Open? That sounds terrifying. Also, I like that Arcanine gets more and more play, that it's not just a spin-to-swap Pokemon. It does have good bulk, it does have decent comboing potential, and Flare Blitz just hits hard anyway. So, we get to see how this one comes across. So, that's going to be a Whimsicott Gengar Open versus the Hippowdon Steelix. So, bringing the sand for the Steelix, I guess, is a part of the strategy right now, and we're going to see how this one comes through. So Sandstream, going to kind of keep that, oh yeah, because Sand Rush on the Mega Steelix. So we're going to see how this opening combo ends up going out, and now I'm really kind of curious on how this could get played. So Whimsicott's going to protect, getting that good scout on the first turn, that does make sense, and then Gengar is also going to protect. Alright, so very defensive on that first turn, just kind of see what's going on. Hippowdon looks like he's going to be throwing out the Earthquake. That's going to hit Steelix and nothing else. Whimsicott would have resisted it. Steelix doesn't take a super amount of damage. And then Rock Slide, so Gengar and Whimsicott don't take too much damage. I think the opponent was just going for the Mega Gengar, because if Gengar Mega evolves, now it's super effective to that Earthquake, and it's not going to have Levitate anymore because it gets its Shadow Tag ability. And that's just an outplay, not necessarily a misplay, that there wasn't a Mega Evolution, so the opponent over-predicted and ended up punishing for it. Now, because of that, that's going to be an Encore. I don't think the opponent expected that, so he's going to be locked into his Earthquake, now dealing much more damage to his Steelix than he wanted to, and an Ice Fang onto Gengar, I guess, maybe to cover all of his options. I'm not sure, maybe just in case it didn't Mega Evolve. I don't know, but Gengar, he's surviving it pretty well. That's going to be the Mega Evolution into Gengar. So now we're starting to see the snowball here. Encore is going to be a big problem for the Hippowdon as well. I'm wondering if we're going to see like an Encore Disable or something. And that's going to be Whimsicott protecting, Gengar protecting as well. So the outplay, just getting, the opponent's getting super trolled right now. Earthquake not going to do anything once again, and that's going to finish off Steelix. So you don't even have to use Perish Song, and you don't have to do any of that craziness, because it's already over right there for the Mega Steelix. Now, I could see that being strong. If you go into Earthquake, Mega Steelix didn't take a lot of its health. It was still above half. So then you go into Rock Slide with the Sand Force ability, and now you're just looking for a 2-hit KO immediately. I think that's what the opponent was going for, but he didn't expect to just get so outplayed. Now, Whimsicott going to come in and taunt the Smeargle. A taunted Smeargle, it's done. It can't use his Dark Void, he can't really do anything, and then disable onto Hippowdon. So now Earthquake is disabled. Smeargle can't use anything. He's locked in because of the Shadow Tag. It's bad. It's bad right now for the opponent, and it's just the good shutdown. This is why I like Whimsicott. It can do all sorts of things that we've already seen. It's encored into a useless move. It's got the disable against something, well, Gengar got the disable, and it's also throwing out taunts. So now Smeargle can't do anything, and Gengar is going to be withdrawn. So Smeargle still couldn't switch out, because since Gengar's getting withdrawn, they still had to lock in their moves first. So Smeargle is using Fake Out. I guess it's just a Fake Out in all status Pokemon because it has Taunt, and it couldn't have switched out, so I don't know. And that's going to be Whimsicott using Beat Up on Arcanine. I forgot Arcanine had Justified. They don't think about Arcanine's hidden ability, but hey, there it is. There's Justified. Now putting Arcanine at a +4 because none of the Pokemon have fainted. So now Arcanine's at 3 times attack, and he's ready to win, is what my guess is. And that's going to be an Ice Fang from the Hippowdon. So Hippowdon got freed from the Encore. Earthquake was disabled, I guess trying to get some damage onto the Gengar, and then gets switched into, and now had nothing happen to it. So the Arcanine switching in is an outplay on its own. Smeargle, he does have the opportunity to switch out, but I don't know if he wants to right now. It's just shut down. That if it comes in later, it's going to get taunted by Whimsicott regardless. It's just bad right now, and that's going to be an Encore onto the Ice Fang. So Hippowdon's damage now very much reduced, and Arcanine's just going to Flare Blitz anyway. So that's at the +4, and that is enough to KO. So I'm not sure how much offensive investment might be on the Arcanine. That was a pretty solid hit. Arcanine taking a ton of damage from that recoil. Hippowdon is pretty bulky, and then getting some health back. So Arcanine still in good shape right now. Smeargle's taunt wears off, but you know, Whimsicott can just say, hey, I'm going to taunt you again, and now you can't do anything. So that's a problem. And then with Fake Out, it can't do anything. Hydreigon comes in, and I mean, Hydreigon has all kinds of items. Whimsicott's going to taunt, keep Smeargle. If the game lasts less than 3 turns, then Smeargle's out of it for the rest of the game. Hydreigon's just going to come in and Heat Wave. It wants the Whimsicott down. it's ignoring the Arcanine. That doesn't even care about Arcanine at this point because it wants that status off the field. So I guess if by some miracle, you know, Smeargle can make it a couple more turns, might be able to put opponents to sleep, and then Hydreigon can clean up. That's kind of it. So Arcanine's going for the Morning Sun. That with leftovers is going to pull Arcanine back up to full health. And I mean, Gengar can come in. I think Gengar can be pretty safe. Hydreigon might be Scarfed, but I mean, if it is Scarfed, it'll outspeed, but now it'll throw out a Heat Wave. So that's not the worst thing that can happen. Jolteon comes in instead. Maybe a Sash Pokemon. It's just got a lot of safety right there. Smeargle doesn't have any moves to use. Thunderbolt going to hit Smeargle for a solid amount of damage. I guess just making sure if the taunt does wear off, can be cleaned up. Arcanine avoids the Draco Meteor. Arcanine is a bulky Pokemon. I don't think that necessarily mattered. Like, it wouldn't have knocked out Arcanine unless it critted. And yeah, it's a good damage move, but I mean, Arcanine does have a lot of bulk to it. So Jolteon's going to use that Hidden Power. I guess you're looking at Hidden Power Ice at that point, finishing off Hydreigon. And then we're also going to have Arcanine. It can use Flare Blitz. It can use whatever. It's going to be throwing out that move, and then Smeargle's gone. Iron Head. All right. So I hope you guys enjoy this battle. That is an interesting battle to break down because there's a lot of things that happened behind the scenes. I feel like someone in the comments is gonna be like, "Opponent was noob. Why are you posting this?" But really, if you break it down, the opponent was not noob. The opponent was trying to do something about this, and it was just more of an over-prediction that caused him to get trapped in and then fall down and let him like just knock himself out. And then it was a complete shutdown from the Whimsicott. Like the Whimsicott Gengar. Yeah, I see Perish potential. I just see that Encore Disable. That's such a dirty combo. There's a good amount of bulk in there, and it just works. Also, Arcanine follow-up, not bad. And Jolteon does cover the rest of the team. Like, you look at that, you see good type coverage, you see good defensive coverage, and it just works. It shuts down status, it shuts down the opponent making the wrong offensive guesses, and I mean, that is really solid right there. So I hope you guys enjoy this battle. As always, we're like 200-something Fan Fridays. You guys know by now. Got some more Fan Fridays coming up in a bit, so hold on tight, and hopefully we get some more awesome battles.